So we're here at the Central City Concern Employment Access Center with Program Manager Jennifer Wilcox and Assistant Case Manager Odge Johnson. And we have some other crew members here that may briefly appear on film. But the star of today's show is mainstream media reporter Laddie Reed. Laddie, sponsored by Gresham Ford. And Laddie, you have some questions for Jennifer and Odge today.
Yeah. How
are the programs funded?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a number of different programs and they're funded in a whole bunch of different ways. We have funding from, I'll start from the federal government, from the Department of Labor. We have a program for homeless veterans through the Department of Labor, and also a program for prisoner reentry, a REXO, reentry of ex-offenders through the Department of Labor. We get some funding from the state for supported employment for individuals with mental health challenges.
Yeah.
And we get funding from the city for 3 different programs that we have working on individuals working with people living in our transitional housing and our permanent housing. And we have a partnership with Join, which is a homeless organization. They do a lot of street outreach for homeless individuals, and we have a partnership with them, so we get some funding there. And what am I missing? A few other, and then we also have private fundraising that we do. How are we funded?
How does the funding directly relate to people finding jobs?
Yeah.
So the funding literally pays for the staff that help walk people through the employment process and talk to employers. It pays for the lights and the building. It pays for we have lights. And, it pays for things that we're able to provide to help customers, like bus passes or tools like steel-toed boots or welding hammers or
tools.
Tools and
a lot clothing. They even provide clothing upon donations of it. They also send you to different places with vouchers. You know, especially when you're fresh out of the penitentiary and you need some type of clothing, or maybe even utensils. They have a variety of different things that they provide, and sometimes if they're not donated it, then they can do a voucher and give you funding for it.
So kind of the general process is folks come in, we see what program they're the best fit for, and then we connect them with an employment specialist who takes them through the whole process of getting a job. So starting to think about what kind of job is a good fit, what have you done in the past, what worked, what didn't work, then putting together resume, cover letter, all those kinds of things. And then the employment staff goes out and talks to employers. So we work with local businesses and try to develop relationships with them and find out what openings they have, maybe create an opening if that's possible, and then connect the folks that we're serving to the employers that we've got relationships with, and hopefully it's a good match, and then provide ongoing support.
If I may, I'll just curtail that with a little bit more information. They really specialize in providing different resources that some of the individuals coming in don't know about, they're not aware about it. Like for clothing, even housing, or getting back on track with your license. It just matures you and gets you ready for the real world. It prepares you. If you're homeless, they put you in transitional housing to kind of prepare you mentally, to be able to pay your bills and to manage and budget. I mean, they teach you a variety of different skills that it takes to survive out in a free society.
And the process of how do you help the people?
Oh, how do we help folks? So I'm going to let Odge talk a little bit about his experience.
I can take it over. I haven't been out of a facility for a whole year yet. So coming out of a situation, I was gone 16.5 years. I needed to transition into, living free amongst a free society. This place helped me accomplish a lot of my goals. I would come here, they would get me kind of schooled for job readiness and equipped enough to be able to fill out a application adequately without leaving details out and how to address certain situations and topics about my historical events in the criminal field. They also help push, but they don't push so hard that you want to just give up. They push in a way that a family would push. It's real family oriented here. They make you feel comfortable and they don't frown down on your disabilities. So when you come in, they just help you prepare yourself for a job. They give you the better tools, or even if you didn't have tools, they instill them in you. So they pretty much, help push you.
What kind of car? What kind of yourself?
What kind of car do I drive? I personally don't drive, so I don't pay attention to cars.
I do.
I can tell that you do, and I'm sorry that I don't.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Lincoln, but that's just my temporary car. I do want a Ford Torso.
Where?
Wherever I can get it from.
Call my friend.
Uh-huh.
My name, Big Boss.
Big Bart?
Big Boss.
Bess
Big
Wills
Boss.
is her name. The Big Boss of Gresham Ford.
Boss.
Bess Wills, the general manager. Thank you for her sponsorship of mainstream media.
Yeah.